All right, you guys, welcome back to the Alpha platform. If you haven't already, do not forget to like, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys' support. My channel has grown tremendously in the past few weeks, the past few months, and it's all thanks to you all. So let's keep supporting the channel and, just keep doing what we're doing. Anyhow, I like to have controversial topics on my channel. I like to talk about things that, aren't really spoken about in the LGBTQ plus community, and this is one of those topics. So the title of this video is I'm Not Submissive. And the reason why I made this video is because my husband, we've been together for almost 10 years, and he came up to me recently and he said, Alfred, you are not submissive. And I'm laughing because when I heard this, it took me back and it kind of like hurt my pride a little bit because I've always prided myself on being submissive, like being the opposite of what I saw my mother behaving and acting like being not being argumentative, not willing to go with the flow, being easygoing, especially comes when it comes to having a relationship with a man, just going with the flow and willing to compromise with that man. Although I make more money than my husband, part of my idea of submission is when he comes home from work, because I work from home, it's having a meal ready for him no matter what. We could be arguing, we can be going back and forth. I could be busy as hell that day, but no matter what, like I'm going to stop working at 4 p.m. I'm going to make sure you have a meal waiting for you when you come home from work. That's just my idea of submission. He also cook, clean. He also does some other things too. But like I said, I work from home. So if I'm here, I'm going to make sure he has a nice house to come home to. And he has a food ready for him to eat, despite me making more money than him. Like that's my idea of submission, like respecting the man and catering to him as much as I can, despite him not making more money than me right now at this moment in time. And before I get started on these caveats and the rest of the story, I just want to say a lot of you people born female, a lot of you cunts, meaning people born female, y'all will get in my comment section and say, what are you talking about? You're a man, you can't be submissive. But as queer men, as LGBT plus people, we're proving every single day that everybody has male and female energies. We're all capable of being masculine and feminine depending on the mood, how we feel, the person we're in a relationship with. And this isn't, struggling with being submissive is not just something that we gay men struggle with. And it's not like a gay versus a woman issue. It's not a man versus woman issue. Because a lot of you women, a lot of you cunts can't be submissive. And y'all are women, y'all are female. Submission is supposed to come naturally to y'all, but it doesn't. So I don't want to hear those comments in my comment section because a lot of y'all cannot submit to a man. A lot of us gay men are better at submitting to men because we understand what it's like to be a man. We understand the pressures that come with being a man. And we're readily able and willing to try to make our partner feel like a man because we know what it's like to be demasculated. So that's my caveat. What I want to say is this, is that through that conversation with me, because he had been angry with me for 2 days. I'm like, what's up? Like, what's going on with that? And he finally told me, oh, you're not you're not submissive. You're too masculine. And what he meant by that was, for example, we just bought a new car with cash. And I noticed he likes to leave the car a certain way. But I also like to leave the car a different way. Me being masculine from his point of view is me for example, if he has the lights turned on to auto, I'll turn the lights on off because I don't trust the auto system. Although he's told me and proven to me several times, the auto system works. You don't have to constantly turn the lights down to off. And also, just I'm in the house working so much. That I don't realize that some of the things I do in the house are overstepping what he wants to do in the house, or the things that he has planned for the house, like how we decorated, how he leaves the room. He wants me to be more conscious about how he's leaving a room and what he's doing around the house and not change it. Because in my mind, I'm just running around this house unconscious about the things that are happening. I don't really pay attention to what he's doing or what he's decorating around the house. I don't really pay attention because I'm busy. And I will go into a room, change the blinds or change on the fan, whatever, just not even realizing that I'm doing this stuff. But he's saying, I'm noticing you're doing it, and it makes me feel like like I don't have this space as my own, you know. And that's how I felt as a child. And growing up, now that I'm married, I never want my husband or my man to feel that way. I never want him to feel that way, because everything I have, my money, the house that we built together, the home that we have together, the property, the investment properties we have together, the car we pay for together, it's both of ours. So I don't want to be this tyrant walking around the house. And through that experience, I realized that we all have different ideas of what submission is. Because to me, submission was just cooking, cleaning, treating him with respect despite me making the most money, um, laying it down in the bedroom, being versed. I was never versed with anyone else. That this was the first man I've ever bottomed with. This is the first man I've ever had like a real long term relationship with, and this is the man that I married. So it's like I felt like I was being submissive. To him, I wasn't being submissive. So like I need to work on that. I'm working on that. I'm working on what does submission mean, and just being conscious of what I'm doing in my day to day life, because I have like a long laundry list of things to do throughout the day. And I just be checking those things off my list and moving on. So in my mind, like when it comes to him taking over the finances and whatnot, I don't mind him doing things his way, because that's how I was brought up. My mom did things her way because she earned the money, and I feel like when the roles reverse in this household, when he starts earning the majority of the money and I go back to school, that I'm going to fit in line with what he has in store for this house, for our family and whatnot. I'm just going to fall in line, because I feel like I have no say so at that point, because I'm not making the most money. But he's showing to me that it's not about how much money you make. Like you still need, or I still have the option to open my mouth and present my desires and my concerns. Otherwise, it just breeds resentment. Say So TV, man, I cannot ever say your name, man. Say So TV did mention this, like when two masculine men get together, because my husband's masculine, and I can be masculine, submissive, whatever. We're both masculine men. When we get together, it's like there is a little bit of a friction in terms of running each other, in terms of who has control, in terms of like like who's going to be more dominant. And we don't have this type of like turmoil every single day. It happens on very rare occasions where it's like, oh no, you overstepping, blah blah blah, you're being too controlling about blah blah blah, like I need blah blah blah. And then I say, you know what, you're right, like I compromise, you're right, you're right, you're right. And same thing, vice versa with him. If he's doing something, he's willing to compromise for me, because he's overstepping, his boundaries, he's overstepping my boundaries, and he's, trying to run me or doing whatever that I feel like you cannot do with me as a man, as your partner. So yeah, it's like when two masculine men get together, you do have to work it out on that level, because I'm used to being dominant. I'm used to like just doing things without thinking about them. I'm used to getting things done without consulting other people. And you can't do that in a relationship, you know. So I bring up my relationship troubles, my marriage troubles to you guys, because I want you all to get married one day. I want you all to have a partner. I want you all to learn that marriage is not perfect. That marriage has ups and downs. Marriage is 80%, 80 and 20% one season, and then 20, 80% the next season. Like you're always adjusting, you're always relearning your partner, you're always, having conversations about their love language. You're always trying to redate them to figure out their current goals, their current desires, and their current needs, whether that's sexual, financial. You're always relearning the person, because people change and they evolve, and you have to as well. Um, so I'm dealing with the fact that I'm not submissive. Like I just always thought I was a submissive man, like the perfect blend of masculine versus and feminine, like submissive and dominant. I was the perfect blend in my mind, but to him I wasn't. So I'm working on meeting my man's expectations. Maybe you're in a relationship right now and you need to ask your man, what does submission mean to him? And how can you be more submissive? Because I definitely don't want to be this domineering tyrant in the household. Like only certain men can bring out the submissive qualities in me. And in my prior relationships, I was never submissive. Like those men didn't want that from me. They wanted a fantasy from me. So there was no way I could be my authentic self with them. But with my husband, it's a little bit different. When we first met, he knew about my lack of sexual history. He knew that I was inexperienced in a lot of ways in relationships, and I'm happy that he didn't take advantage of that. Me not knowing a lot. He had to show me how to douche, for example. He had to show me. It took a lot of getting used to in terms of bottoming because I wasn't used to that. He had to show me basically what to buy, what not to buy, how to clean out, like all these things that I had to learn with him. And it's just like when you're at that stage with a person, you really are like that person is a part of you. Like your first is like you're stuck with your first, and they make an imprint on you. So it's like even when me and this dude beef or we have hard times, like, I can't imagine my life without him because I've given parts of myself to him that I've given to no one else, and I trust him in ways that I don't trust anyone else. And the idea of having to go out and sleep with other dudes, get to know other dudes, I don't like the idea. I don't like the idea of having to go out and find another husband, having to go out and just have sex in general with other people. I'm not one of those guys who enjoys meeting other people. Once I'm with you, I'm with you, unless you decide to leave or something happens and it doesn't work out. But I tend to stay in long-term relationships and work things out. And no, I really want to grow together. So that's the purpose for me of dating and relationships. Is we need to be headed towards a future together. Um, Now I want you guys to have the same. I want you guys to have the same. I'm not gonna ramble on, but basically, I found out that I'm not submissive. It hurt me to my core. It really hurt my pride and my ego. I'm gonna try my best to be more submissive, not just in the bedroom, not just with cooking and cleaning, not just with how I talk to him, and me being willing to compromise and being agreeable and remaining fit and all these other things that I know that men enjoy in their partners. But there's also a little bit more I need to work on, so I'm going to work on that. Do you guys have experience with your man telling you you're too masculine, or you're too dominant, or you're too submissive? What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Also, my Mexican vlog is coming up. It's going to be a big deal. I'm going to make that a premiere. You're going to see it on my community tab pretty soon here. But thank you guys so much for the love and respect. Do not forget to like, subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to share my videos with other LGBT plus people. Again, the movement is growing. Like, we have so many different people out here, gay Black content creators that are speaking up and speaking about conservative values, wanting long-term relationships, wanting commitments, not wanting to hook up. I really want to reach the young people. So, share the videos with your friends and family, and just, help out the channel and help us grow, you guys. You guys are a great community, and I really appreciate the love. All right, you guys, Wolf is back. Wolf Pack. Take care and peace.